everybody's on the screen. Great. Hayne, your screen's the same color as my jacket. It's good. Like we married this up beforehand. I like to see it. But welcome everybody to this week. Obviously, this is week 3, and we gave you the stipulation of flares, which there's 5 different colors of them. We gave you all a couple of different options for different colors, but not all options to all 5. So, what did you think, and how did you come about building your deck this week with the 2 that you got? Let's start with you, Caleb, because you're next to me. Talk to me about the 2 flares and the 2 decks you bought.
So I feel like I got easy ones. The green flare and the black flare were 2 of my options, and those are the 2 that I had been messing with and seen other people posting ideas about for weeks and stuff. So I feel like I kind of took the easy route here. And I registered a Skeep Shift list, which I have not played a match with, but I don't know. I think it looks decent on paper. I kind of wanted to play some sweepers. Everyone has to play flares in their deck, so that means everyone's playing creatures, right? So I was like, I gotta get a deck with some sweepers in here. That makes sense. And then the other deck, I'm playing some sacrifice combo, which I have played a few matches with variants of that. So that should be fun.
Yeah, I'd love to see it. Okay, Kanister, going down to you. What 2 flares did you get, and what decks did you bring with them in?
First one I've got is a blue affinity deck sporting the Flare of the Nile. This one is relatively simple. Blue creatures, flare, just, aggressive affinity stuff. Urza, it makes lots of sense. It's pretty intuitive. The other one, though, is built, well, not around 1 flare, but 2 of them. Mainly around the Flare of Duplication, I guess. It is a Zubera combo deck. I had this kind of Zubera Leyline of the Guildpact idea ever since I started building first MH3 decks. I couldn't quite put it into something that made sense, but then one day I woke up and I realized that Mirror Entity is a suck outlet for all of these Zuberas. And then it just all came to me. I built it and it looked perfect.
Dude, it looks amazing. And just to throw out to all 4 of you tonight, the deck lists that you've submitted are amazing. I love the deck bring potential you got, because obviously MH3 has come out. Going down to you, Jim, which 2 flares did you get, and what decks did you bring with them in?
So I just want to guess Fire Blast. It wasn't on the new to modern sheet, unfortunately, but Flare Duplication is a way to copy your own Boros Charm. So Fire but Boros Charm, stack a Goblin Guide, and then Flare to copy it for some Fire Blast action. So I got a nice little burn deck with the Flare. And then I got the blue flare also, which really wants to sacrifice a Narcomoeba or a Prized Amalgam, which are a free way to put creatures in play. If you have to cast the creature you sack, you're kind of like, all right, I cast this thing, and now I'm just going to sacrifice it anyway. So getting Amalgams for free, Narcos for free seems pretty sweet.
Yeah, I love to see it. Okay, and then last up, Hayne, talk to me about what flares did you get? What decks did you bring them in? I think you're muted. We'll work on that momentarily, but what I imagine. Okay.
All right. So yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah, we got you, dude. We got you.
All right, great. I got green flare and black flare, and the green flare, I thought, the best way to use it is sacking creatures that you already get your value out of. So for instance, putting a land into play already with it, and then you can get more mana, get to cast a 4-drop on turn 2. So I brought a kind of green Eldrazi, ramp deck, and then for the black flare, I thought it's good already when you're trying to grief scam people, because you kind of get it for free, but also if you're sacrificing Bloodghast or Stitcher's suppliers, so have a little bit of a kind of graveyard sacrifice birthing ritual deck.
Love it. I love the Buy for Mitchell, by the way, one of my favorite cards. I was playing it all weekend in Amsterdam. But next question, that's coming from you, Nu.
I actually have 2 questions, Will. I'm going to one-up myself this time around.
Here we go.
The first question is, did anybody get, I don't remember, the white flare? Because that is the one flare that I have noticed has just been, is absent from all the deck lists. And I have to ask, if you got the white flare, is it really that bad? Is it really that hard to build a deck around?
It's in Hammer.
It was on my list, yeah, and it does seem pretty tough. Yeah, I'm not that clever. Just want to take an extra 4 damage and call it a day.
Yeah, shout out to Steve Stillman. The only list I could think of is maybe I don't know, Storm, Ad Nauseam, the old school build, but that doesn't, you need a white creature. You're right. I'm not smart enough for this either. My second question is, one stipulation that we added was to please not bring Nadu or Necro Dominance. How do you think that affected your deck building? If you could play with those, would it have been too easy to just brew, or what's up with that? I'm gonna start with Hayne. What's up?
Yeah, well, I think at least if you could play Necro Dominance, the black flare is is much better. I think that's kind of more of a mainstream deck that people already been playing. And then like it's pretty easy to slot in green flare, I think, into Nadu as well, or blue flare. There's some blue flare Nadu lists. So I think that would kind of just skew it, and I think everybody who had those as options would probably just play those decks. And it's kind of more fun that it gives you more ability, I think, to brew something sweet, because you have a fighting chance because other people are forced to play, the flare decks that aren't Nadu and Necrodominance. So if the power level is a little lower, it's cool.
Yeah, I will say that, I mean, that was kind of our goal here, because we know right now, like, there are some very, very good decks in Modern, like in the Necrodominance deck, like Nadu. So I'm just going to say that between like Aristocrats and like the Crabvine deck, and also Zubair, I had, prior to like earlier this week, I had never even heard of Zubaira's. So I want to say, Kanister, high five through the internet, because that one is sweet.
I do second Alex here. Certainly, lack of Nadu and Necrodominance in this tournament made it easier to bring this deck to the tournament, as while it's incredibly based, we'll see about the power level.
All right, well, that's all I got for us now. I'm ready to go and watch our first match. So we're going to get the players